When you stand on the cigar, you will never grow taller. So that is why he was saved. That is why he grew taller. Me, I had so used to step on that, to take up Dumonde, which was put up the what? The choto, the fireplace. That is why we grew shorter. That was the way through which they really so have to intimidate their sons, their generation, so that they may run away. So from what? So from stepping their legs into what? Fire unknowingly. That is why today we are commemorating the 25th year since the inauguration of this by the days. And I am on a research. Why, after all, this deadly disease sparked down to the border of Tanzania. By the time we came out of the bush, this deadly disease, we found it here. And unknowingly, knocking on the wall which you don't know how strong it is, how old it is, it killed our soldiers whom we haven't seen yet. They really died in numbers because we are the one fronting the what? The battling. And we penetrated into the area where this deadly disease sparked off. So Masaka, Rakai, now it is known as Luengo. Those were deadly disease area. So momently as you go there and you simply rejoice yourself, that could be the day the world will mark you and mark your lives. Remembering is a mark mainly on religious. When Jesus was going back, he gathered his disciples, he washed their feet, and he supplied them the ostrias, as we call it. And after doing that, he said, continue doing this for the remembrance of this what? Of this occasion. So that one, it was not for sadness, but this one is for sadness. Remembering and outcrying for our sons, our brothers, our wives, our judges who passed away by the force of this deadly disease. Today, the disease has changed a bit from its first status. But when we came here, so it was brushing off all the hairs from what? From the head. And the people were leaning very, very much indeed. And he remains only bones. There at Luwero, the fishermen are preying on us. They are bringing the skeletons of an aeropatch, which they have just cut off the meat, the flesh, to Europe. And that was the name. When Bongole Dotaya came this way, so he was named according to the lineage. And see that he is nothing but only bones. And Bongole Dotaya, yes. File, he was File Bongole Dotaya. So nowadays when you talk about File, it means that the fishes which don't have meat on it, but you simply buy bones and prepare only for soup. Until I grumbled there in Luwero, are we dumping a place of bones? All the bones you bring here, they are not edible, but only so getting and rejoicing only the soup from these bones. So therefore, it is the day to day. And even you don't know it. The way I see you on some occasions, it teaches me that these younger ones haven't yet known, because we have moved ahead from becoming too lean and to remain bony. And even some are very fat. You see him growing fat, look at it. How can't I go with this? While you are taking a pill of poison. So imagine, to wherever you stand, wherever you move with Satan. Satan will never march away from the human beings, because the human beings are the shamba of Satan's. So therefore, you, as I look at you, my younger daughters, my younger men, my younger what, I just say, what we saw, you did not see it. And also, so, Mr. Director General, and we too are battling to do this in our areas, remembering which occasions took place in those areas. Because most of these young ones, for over 30 years, they have never had a bullet, they have never had what, they have never heard of what. And when you talk about what is the war, yeah, isn't it a dream? I've just stayed here for a full of a year. I had never had such of that. What guns, what bullets do you mean? So therefore, and also we are going to remind it, to energize our hearts, our minds, and you too who were there. I am here in the presence of Honorable Estambayo, the Minister of Presidency. I am the minister without portfolio in the President's office. So, at the top, we are under one. But down here, you see the legacy, you see the bones. How many people have you seen? Yeah, I have just seen one. Because I just viewed the head, and that is the head is one person. But when you go down, you find two legs. When he has been so lame, you will find another third leg. Huh? Walking on three instead of two. So that is why, as a second leg, the office of the president went with the Honorable Mayo down there in the western, and he could not come back to make it. And when we mention the areas of full population or populated areas like Malaba, huh, crossing from Kenya up to Uganda, so people there are very, very many indeed. When you come to Iganga, people are moving like white ants into the bush. And from there, you come to Jinja. But that deadly disease passed over all of us and went and stationed down there. That is a chosen and a given doses by God. But as the Almighty created us with brains, there are some which are going to do on behalf of that, on behalf of the God. I have talked to the doctor. May I tell you, my heart is so strong. It will be one day, or either I will be alive or having gone away, but it will remain on the records. Nadduli said, and one day we shall combat with this HIV and stamp it off from the country of Uganda. There are some drugs that you can take, minimizes the speed, the growth of that disease in the body. It makes it in him or her sleepy. It sleeps. When they are sleepy, they don't bite. Eh? And when you look at her, she is there with a sleepy, deadly disease, whom you should expect is still alive, which is not. Don't you know? Until you can sleep in your bed, you dream. It rains very heavily outside, thunder rising, without hearing and knowing that there is any lightning which is sounding down there. But going outside early in the morning, you just wonder by falling down, hey, did it rain much like that one? Yeah, that is the way how this sleepy, deadly disease can be sleepy in you, and it lives sucking your body, your blood, and what? The outer lookers saying, how can I so fail to marry this? If she says she cannot miss the marriage of this boy. When it is she, it is the boy who says I cannot miss the marriages with what? With this girl. So that cross infection brings the continuity of growing back the disease and start afresh. And even these diseases are very clever. They don't want to die randomly. May we go and be killed together? You remain. They start hiding, 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 and even you can go for testing. We don't see anything in you. They have this. Those are for you who are living here in Kampala, for us who are living in the bush, where we can go and hunt some animals. But here I speak a low voice because wildlife might otherwise come against me. Hey, are you the one who is hunting the wildlife? Hey, by the way, what was their creation by God to us? It was food for us. You know, their meat is very fantastic. It doesn't have any chemical drug in their meat. It is full of what? Herbs, drugs. For you, let us go like that. When you risk, it means that you are seated on what? On electronic chair. You can sit and change and do what they said it is electronic. I don't hear how either coldness or hotness. Unknowing that it when catches the knob, off you go. So therefore, don't risk. Want it or not, you are to go. And more speedily, when those sleepy diseases wake up, they come with much anger. And that's what it is. Only two fortnights, he passed away. Unknowing that the disease had already slept down there. Now, it wants to add on and correct what it lost.